Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Turtlecast. How is everyone doing? I hope you are doing good. Welcome. Who's in the chat first? T-Dog, Adam, Adefion Jack, Kai Kloman, RHPS, PDM, Raymond Eriksson, Alfur, Suika, Cadatus, Jesus Foria, Xlanch, The Arena Uncensored, Kai Kloman, Leif Schmitz, I'm Peaceful Gamer, TFE Archive, Anyway, Mr. Kill Jr., Visric, Benji Meister, and probably more later, so welcome everyone. My apologies for not being live very much this week. Unfortunately, I think I did catch a cold or something. I feel a little bit under the weather. So outside of making some videos, I wasn't really live streaming. I hope to feel better really soon, and then I will stream more, but I'm not skipping the Turtlecast. So I'm here, and then a little bit of member hangout. I don't know exactly for how long, but we are here. We are here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything really serious, so I hope 2 more days and I should be back up and running with full speed. And hello there, everyone else. Welcome. Now, we have something interesting on follow.com. I don't know when it appears, but it calls Pulse. We can do the test for Pulse, and we'll be doing that today. So we'll see what the test will show. That seems to be new. I don't know if you noticed. When did it appear? Is it today or before? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not checking follow.com every day. I know last week it wasn't there, and now it is there. So we'll be doing that. Followed Pulse. But first, I will answer your question from the Discord. There's probably a collection of those since last week. Hopefully not too long collection. So after that, we'll be able to do Pulse. All right, let me open that. Ask the turtle section. Where did I stop? I think here. Okay. Okay, we're here. There we go. First, can Thorn armor be rewarded in expeditions, daily ops, etc.? Unfortunately, the answer is no. You only can get it by crafting. It cannot even be rerolled, which makes it the most expensive armor to get in this game. Not the best overall, but definitely the most expensive. Next, hello Turtle. Are you going to do a new video on auto axe versus chainsaw after the nerf buff? Most likely yes, but I will wait when they finish tweaking it and when it will go live. As you know, public test server, doing a comprehensive comparison just to everything be scrapped or changed a week later. It's not necessary what I'm doing. That's why from public test server, I'm giving you quick updates what's going on. And then when it's already live, then I do more in-depth investigations and comparison videos. Next. Hey Turtle, just watch a video saying that the speed demon mutation is giving the effects of empath. Have you tested this? Yes, it is. And Gilpa is saying this is true. Yeah, it is, but it does stack with actual empath, so you can have 2, double up on empath. Speed demon works only, doesn't stack with itself, so 1 teammate with speed demon or 2 teammates with speed demon doesn't make a difference. Empath itself does stack, so 1 teammate with empath is good, but 2 teammates with empath are better. So it does stack. It doesn't stack after that, only 2. Only 2 teammates. If you have 3 or 2 teammates with empath, it doesn't make a difference anymore. So yeah, you can stack upon those. Speed demon empath effect, most likely not intended, but it is like that for quite a while. Without negative, of course. So speed demon, it's like empath without a negative side. It's only positive. Does the destroy robots with an assault rifle challenge mean specifically the assault rifle or any automatic rifle? Also, are chainsaws considered bladed weapons? Chainsaws are bladed weapons. And if it says assault rifle, it is assault rifle, not any rifle. Assault rifle is the name of a rifle in Fallout. So no, they don't mean overall. They mean the specific assault rifle. Seems like a thing you could just have tested yourself into. I don't know what that is. Answers probably to someone. Mine just say destroy robots with a rifle and my railway is working. Yeah, if just say destroy robots with a rifle, any rifle will work. Will you play Elder Scrolls 6 whenever it comes out and we all turn into grandparents? Maybe. Honestly, I like Elder Scrolls, but not as much as Fallout. I'm more into sci-fi, post-apocalyptic theme, future, rather than fantasy and in the past. So I'm more into the future guy. Stentol is saying, what am I clicking? Hello to the almighty that's over-exaggerated a lot. Hello Turtle. When did you start playing Fallout 76? Over 5 years ago. Did you play the OG game on release and what do you think the best changes are since? OG game on release, you mean Fallout 1. I started from Fallout 2. So Fallout 2 was my first Fallout I played, but after that I did come back to Fallout 1 too. I've recently come back to 76 after playing at release and getting my OG character to level 134. Your videos have greatly helped me understand the game's changes now that I've returned to it. Thank you very much for the great content. You're welcome, and there's always more to come. I'm happy that you like Fallout 76. That's my favorite Fallout, mainly because it's the only one that's online. Since I think Fallout 4, I was dreaming about playing Fallout with other people, like with other actual people and not only NPCs. So Fallout 76 was the dream come true. Regardless of the rocky launch, I enjoy it even on the release, with all its bugs and problems. I was never expecting it to be flawless because, Bethesda games, they do have a reputation. Like, bugs are mandatory. There was just a little bit more than expected in case of 76 on release. Reshi. Hello Turtle. I had a question and you cannot seem to find any answers online about this. But it was about Gauss minigun versus the Gatling plasma as to which is the best Scorchbeast Queen killer weapon. I noticed when looking at the weapon cards for both of these weapons, and on paper at least, it appears Gauss minigun has higher damage and fire rate. But everyone I see talk about this says that the Gatling plasma is higher DPS. Is the weapon card lying to me? Kind of yes, because weapon card includes the explosive damage. That unfortunately is a separate damage. Therefore, it changes the calculation. Next. Because the only difference I can see is that Gatling plasma is energy, while Gauss mini is ballistic. You don't see that Gauss mini is ballistic explosive. Would that be the main difference? As I said, on paper the Gauss mini has higher damage and fire rate. I know Gatling plasma ammo economy is much better, but is it this true what the weapon card says? Shouldn't Gauss mini do more DPS? If not, then why? So that's what I said. In case of Gatling plasma, that's the impact damage, is 157. Your Gauss mini is showing 167 ballistic, but the portion of that is explosive. The portion will be, depending if you have them expert equipped, it's something between 20 and 40 damage. The thing is, the explosive damage cannot hit the head, for example. So you cannot have a damage multiplier from head on the explosive portion, and not every multiplier works on explosive portion of the damage. So this damage showing less, but it's all impact damage, when here impact damage is actually lower, but there is additional explosion. We can add to that, at this moment, you can use the syringer, like 4 syringers, to reduce enemy damage resistance to 0, what can work in favor of Gauss mini, like shooting 4 syringes, reducing ballistic resistance to 0 at the boss, and then firing, it probably will go ahead. But I don't know how long syringe stacking will be even allowed. For now it is. 4 different syringes cannot be the same one. Next. For anyone struggling to find a fix to the missing white water bug, I found a solution. Delete followed custom ini and replace it with a fresh one from Nexus. If that does not work, also set distance. I don't know what that is about. Missing water? Oh, white. So water appears white. Okay, got it. Deleting custom ini without replacing it will replace it as well. So if you just delete it and launch your game, the game will create a new default custom ini file. So you don't even need to manually replace it. If you delete custom ini and prefs ini, those two, they will replace themselves. Hey Turtle, can you do a comparison between the Ultrasight Hellcat and T65 armors? They are very similar. That's the biggest issue. I could, but it's so hard to spot a difference. Plus, should it be all overeaters? It's like power armors. That's why I make my tier list of power armors, and they all start at tier B, max out as tier S, because they're so close together. There's no bad ones. Is Tesla Bracer still working as per 8 months ago? Yes. Does 50% limb damage apply only to arms and legs, or does it include head when aiming in VATS with concentrated fire uppercut? Apply to everything, including torso. But it doesn't include your damage, it just helps you cripple faster. Limb damage is crippling speed, in other words. It does have nothing to do with damage. So that's confusing. It should be saying plus 50% crippling damage. Not damage. Not limb, like not the more damage if you aim for limbs. It's just 50% extra crippling damage. You cripple faster, regardless what you aim at. Next, I played most of my 500 levels as an auto melee main. With the PTS changes to auto axe etc, will it still be valid for boss killing, or do I have to look for a new build? It will be valid for boss killing. The question is about power armor, but it seems to be the bug. The mostly damage drop is when you are using auto axe in power armor. It's not a problem if you're running unyielding, so hopefully a bug. Hello Turtle. Do you know if crits have been fixed for auto axe? Also, how does power attack damage work with automatic melee weapons? With automatic melee weapons, power attack damage is a default attack. So you are always doing power attack if you attack with auto axe or the chainsaw. Other auto melee weapons, that's a little bit of mixed bags. They are using outdated formula, but we are talking auto axe and chainsaw as only those two were buffed in the past. Like the new formula have been applied to those two. So all attacks are power attacks. There's no regular attack. So power attack damage is great on those weapons. Does the Scorchbeast Queen and the other bosses' resistances, HP, scale with the number of people in the event? No. They have fixed amount of health resistance and damage mitigation, regardless if you are fighting them solo or with entire server. What can be happening though, when you have a lot of people, and why some people think they do have more resistance when there is more people, if entire server comes around, it can cause a server lag, which slows down the fight if not all the damage is being registered. So that's why 16 people firing and Scorchbeast Queen doesn't necessarily mean that she will die 16 times faster. In that case scenario, half of the damage may be dropped by the server when too many hits is registered in every second. So then it can drop, and you can feel like Scorchbeast Queen has more resistance. She does not. It's just more server lag. And now, back to YouTube chat. Hopefully my answers were helpful. I was able to answer every single one this time around, so that's a progress. Hello there everyone who's joining us in the chat. I hope you are doing good. Okay, let me see if I missed something. Have I ever done build class tier list? No, not really, but currently the build class tier list is like, if you want to dominate, you have 3 options. Power armor, heavy gunner. I always bloodied every option, so that's not even worth mentioning. Stealth commando and auto melee, auto axe or chainsaw. Those are 3 classes that currently dominate the highest DPS for regular enemies and bosses. There is more valid option, like there's more playable builds, but those 3 will clearly win in case of damage. Shotguns were indirectly buffed in the PTS due to rework of damage drop-off. Oh, you managed to solo air with 2 cremators at full health? Good job. Yeah, cremators can do that. You can keep rotating those dots, and slowly but surely it will burn air. I know on consoles it's hard to use more than 2 cremators for the rotation, but even with 2, like if you boost your dot fully, it's 4000 plus 4000, you have 8000 dot. 8000 over 12 seconds, so per second it's under 1000, it's like 700 per second, but still 700 damage per second that do bypass boss damage reduction. Not the resistance, doesn't bypass resistance, but bosses have 2 things: damage reduction and damage resistance. The damage reduction is bypassed by the dot. Oh, J-Strength, thank you for $5. Appreciate that, J-Strength. And the message is, I have good auto axe. Third is blocking though. Is attack counting for blocking? No. Attack do not count for blocking. Unfortunately, blocking is not very useful. It's only when you press right button, like the aim button. So blocking is not very useful, but good news is there is no particularly useful third star for auto axe, so it doesn't really matter. So you're good. In other words, you're good. And criticals still do not really work well on automatic melee weapons. I don't know if they will ever fix it. After 2-3 criticals, it just stops working. There's another midweek ATX change. I don't know anything about it. Sped up notifications. Yeah, that speed going faster, slower, it's quite common bug. If there is a lag, then the game tries to catch up. Oh, chess is for you. Thank you a lot for 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that. And welcome. Rascal, Olga Gagarina, Benji Meister, DK, Sean Bagwell, and MCT60. Welcome to Turtle's Army, and may the shell be with you. And feel free to join us on Member Hangout. You are members now for a month. You can join Member Hangouts. J-Strap is saying, darn. Thanks for another $2, J-Strap. Appreciate that. No, I don't have any problem with blue screens. Maybe your system then. Hopefully the game, but it may be your system. Is pistol build valuable? It always was, but it was never on top. We need more powerful pistol for that to happen. You can always buy plans for Peppa Shaker or other rewards from Graham Cookout from other players. Just keep whatever you have for trades if you will not be able to just buy with caps. Okay, now followed pulse. That's the new thing that currently appeared at follow.com. Post-Apocalypse Loyalty Simulator. Let's see what that is. The Post-Apocalypse Loyalty Simulator is a simulation designed to prepare Vault Dwellers for the horrifying prospect of wasteland living by matching them with the faction most advantageous to their survival. Begin the test. Oh, is there any music? I hope not. I didn't check. No, I don't think there's any music. So we good. You can take it no longer. You've always been the inquisitive sort, and now the wasteland beckons louder than ever. Glancing down, you see a control panel. What do? You know a foolhardy decision when you see one. Return to the comfort of your vault. Press the biggest button really hard. Begin pulling levers indiscriminately until something happens. Use your invaluable Vault-Tec education to decipher the writing near the levers. What should we do in here? I'm really always pressing the biggest button if there is. Not necessarily really hard, but yeah, the biggest button it is. If there is a big red button, you know I'm pressing it. I cannot resist. Next. Discombobulated from the blazing sun and boundless expanse of opportunity, you pause to gather yourself. As your vision steadies, you see 4 locations on the horizon. Where to? Query. Settlement. Condemned vault. Irradiated ruins. Of course, the vault. If I see the vault, I go to check it out. Next. As the desolation extends over farther before you, you hear the first sound other than your paralyzing thoughts. It's not a Morat with a vocal modulator, it's a man's best friend. Now, what's hell without company? Bring Fido along. That's Fido? Okay. Beat it, Fleabag. Gary? No. This time we are taking the companion. Dog companions are the best companions. Next. Endeavoring into the vault, you are greeted by a vault dweller whose name has been drilled incessantly into your head. Naturally, he threatens you with a lead pipe. How do you react? I'm being threatened with a lead pipe? Actuate your stealth boy and turn back undetected and unpinned. Gary. Abscond with the vault dweller and take him with you. Repeat Gary and nod agreeably as you slowly back away, maintaining firm eye contact. There is no good option here. Okay, let's go with charisma in that case. Charisma check. Next. Blocking your only egress is a Gary, so Gonzo on buff out that he's entered a near vegetative state. He won't be going anywhere anytime soon, will you? The felt tip touch of an expert tickler should do just the trick. Tickle giant Gary. You are positively famished and blood is blood. Take a sip of for the road. Let's tickle Gary. Next. You arrive at what must be the only dead end in this all-embracing void. 2 doors stand before you. Which do you open? Clone Lab. Impossibly locked door. Clone Lab, impossibly locked door. Clone lab, I know what that is. If there is impossibly locked door, I don't know what's there. So I go into unknown. Next. Your picking skills weren't about to let a log ras your berries. Stepping inside, you are greeted by a most inauspicious sight. A horde of guards holding Sims hostage. What do you do? Free the Sims and return them to the welcoming embrace of the Sim Retention Bureau. They will be locked after welder. Haha, Gary. Haha, Gary. Okay. Haha, Gary. Okay, that's the last one. It will end up that I'm a psycho or something. Next. Gary. Gary. That's the result? Is it always the result? What if I choose A all the time? Oh. A is straight up. Okay, we did that. Pulling levers. We go again to, what if we go to irradiated ruins? Are there any other options? Oil rig. Brotherhood. Oh, you can have other options. I'm just crazy. They confirmed that again. There's something wrong with me. I did a psycho test from Bethesda to figure out my faction, and all I'm getting is Gary. They know something wrong with me. Unfortunately, it just confirmed now. Something wrong with your turtle. So, Gary Club. I don't know if I should be happy or not about the result in here. There was no other article from Bethesda outside of Atomic Shop weekly update. So there is no other articles. Let me just quickly check if there was any updates from official Bethesda Discord. Oh wait, there is something. Oh, there is small update coming to the public test server around 2 p.m. Eastern time, translating to my time. That would be what, 7 p.m. I think 7 p.m. it will go for an update. We don't know what. They say it's a small update, so something going on. Okay, so I don't know what that will be, but something is there. Something is coming to the public test server. So something new to investigate. Oh, we have special member message from Jesus Foria saying, hope you feel much better for tomorrow. Oh, I hope do so myself. Tomorrow I want to stream normally on Saturday evening and do a lot of cookout with Graham. If people think about my results, we love you anyway. I end up as a Gary crab. Gary. I probably shouldn't be choosing answers like I would normally choose. I should be smarter and choose something logical rather than go with my with my natural predisposition to choices. Yeah, I need to avoid my natural predispositions. They do not end up well, never ever. If I choose something, it's almost certain it's a wrong choice. Multi-cremator still stuck, yes. I don't know how it will be in the future. I need to test it as well on next PTS after they update it. For now, yes, it does stack. The multi-cremator stack, all the dots, the multi-syringers and dangerous syringers do stack. So yes, you just need multiple weapons, one stack per weapon. Sometimes they say what they are updating in the public test server. Not always though, and not always everything. So never really know. Never really know. Sometimes there are notes, usually incomplete. I don't know if that's by design or just they don't have really time to tell you about all the updates. We do have way better notes for the live game version updates than public test server updates, but even in live game version, some are missing, some little changes that they are doing. Okay, and that being said, this will be everything for the Turtlecast, but we are heading a little bit for a member hangout. If you are a member, you're welcome to join us there. If you are not a member, don't worry. Tomorrow, as usually, we are streaming and doing some events for hopefully 3 to 4 hours on Saturday evening, so you are welcome to join us. And now, I wish you all amazing weekend, and see you in the next one. Bye everyone, and see you.